Oh! Now that we're in a fight, Grolls can now move faster. The weight no longer matters. Handy. Reaching the right borders of Beauclair. Thinking so through the ground there for a moment. Apparently a ring overburdened me. Wonder if I can slide down the side here. It'll just be quicker than going back down the proper way. Well, correction is, can I slide down without just dying? Tis the question. It's always the question. Geralt is famous for his peg legs. Witcher extraordinaire! You know, fatal flaw! Drops greater than, you know, his head. Just like his head size alone, like. Oh, you exist. 5 on refined copper. Yeah, I don't want to stand. Like I said, I truly have come to love this. And it's so sad to me that this is the end of Geralt's tale. Like, I don't want this to be it. Like, I could play this for a lot longer. I'll be quite happy to. Make it 2 years of Witcher 3.
You saved my life. I thank you.
Teleport me.
If you need something, find me at the cockatrice.
Teleport me.
Hello, cheers. Howdy do. In need of anything?
Mind if I glance at your stock?
Okay, apparently I can sell to him here. Fantastic. Toussaint really likes its heavy and medium armor. They're now reached 30,000, and soon I'll be able. Tossing on that crossbow.
See ya.
Soon I'll be able to get the Taxman Comet quest.
You saved my life. I thank you. Should you need something, find me at the cockatrice. You saved
Okay,
my life.
I guess me being able to sell to him was a glitch there, but I'll soon be able to get the Taxman Comet quest back in Oxenford. And I didn't need to abuse, you know, cowhides or anything like that. I was just repatriating stolen merchandise. Or... no, that's not ambiguous enough, is it?
Come on, Roach.
Regardless. Don't need to fight that. Oh, the abandoned estate. Because this place was butchered by the other guy. Okay, when he started shouting like that, all I could hear was, you know, the ghostly horseman from, you know, WoW. You know, the fire still burns, a cleansing fire. My time is short, I'll soon retire. This fire still burns. You've tried, you've tried and failed as fate wheels turns. You know, it's fantastic lines. Just look up. Let me try and find it. Headless Horseman. Wow. Yeah, look up Headless Horseman quotes. It's a very particular video I end up looking at. Oh yeah, the Headless Horseman audio by Night Fury Terran. Yeah, I always look at that one. I know. I know it just sounds the best. There's another one that comes up and it has fucking like random music in it. Okay, now I'm just having a look at the. Apparently, there's a Headless Horseman action figure. There's quotes here on the other thing, on the wiki. Your body lies beaten, battered and broken. Let my curse be your own. Fate has spoken. Soldiers arise, stand and fight. Bring victory at last to this fallen knight. Hearken, cur, 'tis you I spurn. Now feel the burn. Here's my body, fit and pure. Now your blackened souls I'll cure. It is over. Your search is done. Let fate choose now the righteous one. I can't do this end have I reached before? What new adventure lies in store? I can't do the laugh of his. It's some wah. Oh, I can't. That came out wrong. I really can't do. It's like a it's like a cack, like it's a diabolical laugh, but it's diabolical cackle mixed in. You know, I can't do it. Christ. Oh no, that's the previous iteration. Yeah, it's the last year's version. Or Legion's version. And if you go to the further shaded horseman, you know, the video I said, it has all the quotes, Shade and the horseman himself. But he's different quotes, if you're just looking at the wiki. Prepare yourselves, the bells have tolled. Shelter your weak, your young and your old. Each of you shall pay the final sum. Cry for mercy, the reckoning has come. The sky is dark, the fire burns. You strive in vain as fate's wheel turns. The town still burns, a cleansing fire. Time is short, I'll soon retire. Fire consumes, you've tried and failed. Let there be no doubt, justice prevailed. My flames have died, I've not a spark. I shall send you myself to the lifeless dark. So eager you are for my blood to spill, yet to vanquish me, 'tis my head you must kill. Hearken, cur, 'tis you I spurn. Now feel the burn. I'm sorry. His lines are just so fun to say, and just the delivery on them in that video is fantastic. In like on the character's delivery is fantastic. It's beautiful. I've actually seen people saying that he's actually the best voice acted thing in the entire game. Probably not accurate, but you know what? He's the one that's sounding like he's having the most fun. So you know what? I'm still gonna give him credit. You know? Like, I just wanted to hear more Headless Horseman in WoW. You know, that would make the game a bit better for me. So, yeah. He's, yeah, I like him. I feel a little awkward, you know, quoting so much of the WoW content here, because Blizzard might take issue, but I'm sure it's fine. I'm just quoting them. I'm giving credit. I'm just reading this up Gamepedia, wow.gamepedia.com, and I'm giving Blizzard credit. It'll be fine, it'll be fine. But yeah, basically, go watch that video. Go watch it the fuck now. It's, like, pause this, go watch that. The Headless Horseman audio by Night Fury Terran. As far as I know, that's the right one. Look, it has the right picture. Apparently the Headless Horseman is voiced by Carlos Larkin, the same guy who voiced the Rifleman and Muradin Bronzebeard in Warcraft 3, the Male Dwarf and Magni Bronzebeard in Base WoW, the guy who voiced Kelgos in Burning Crusade, as well as Barnes and Antaron, who is a Dreadlord found in Mount Hydrol. He also voiced Bolivar in Wrath of the Lich King, Muradin Bronzebeard, Bronzebeard, the Immolated Champion, which was Bolivar again, Shonjin Yogg-Saron, as well as the Headless Horseman. He voices Headless Horseman in every iteration of him. Kata, Muradin, Brand, Kalkos, Headless Horseman. Mists, he's down as none. And they even found they even credited him on Twitter for that. Yeah, he didn't voice anyone in Mists, but they used the same audio, I guess, for each of his Headless Horseman things. Recorded back in Burning Crusade, and they're just crediting him for Headless Horseman in each expansion here. The wiki is. Did what I say just make sense? Yeah, apparently he voiced no one in Mists, and so he was worried he wasn't going to be brought back for anything. And I guess him just getting a Headless Horseman credit here in the wiki is just them being obsessive and like, yes, he voiced Headless Horseman in each iteration. Which I can understand, I'll do the same thing myself. In WoD, he voiced Talon Dark Anvil. Again, Muradin, Brand, Kelkos, Barnes in Legion, as well as Magni. He voiced the 3 Bronzebeard brothers. He voiced Talon Dark Anvil in BFA, as well as the 3 Bronzebeards, and still the Headless Horseman. So yeah. hats off to you, Carlos, Mr. Larkin. You voiced one of the best characters in WoW. Like, seriously, I love just the fun he sounds that he has with the Headless Horseman. It's a fantastic voice. It's fantastic voice. Fantastic laugh. It's beautiful. Like I said, it's one of the best things about in WoW. So you can hear me. You would hear the game if there's any noise. I'm recording, and you see the footage. I'll be stopping soon. Spin to win, baby! My fires have died, left not a spark. I'll send you myself to the lifeless dark. So eager you are for my blood to spill, but to vanquish me, 'tis my head you must kill. Notes by Vandaguilder from Filbert's House. I've always enjoyed practicing my craft. Killing game as naturally to me as blowing my nose. Raised me to be a knight, and being a brigand's not much different. First blood and swords, then wine and harlots to wash the worries away. But ever since that hard night, everything's changed. My dreams are filled with nightmares in which I relive those events, step by step. We took the estate by storm and pulled Maximus Macrinus out of his bed, still in his 90s. Yet we had to put off dealing with him and first see to his family. Those were our orders, like it or not. But it's one thing to impale some corpulent cowdiddle with a wine-stained mustache, quite another to string up a snot-nosed runt. He squealed like a little girl when the lads threw the noose around his neck. Macrinus tried to buy us off, and showed me the candlestick lever that opens the hidden vault where he hides his family treasures. But Filbert's orders were clear. Next up was Maximus's wife. The lads spent a long time having their way with her, make Maximus watch. Too long. Didn't know the harlot's blood, and hadn't a clue what he did to Filbert to make him wish such a fate on him and his family. But that was too much for me. Only once his whole clan was swinging did we turn attention to Macrinus. We struck him with hot pokers, cut off his ears, and then slit his gut. Then he... Throughout all this horror he didn't scream once. Only groaned under his breath. When it came time for him to die, in a puddle of his own excrement, under a tree where we hanged his wife and son, he looked me in the eyes and whispered, "Vengeance will be mine, in this life or the next." Those were his last words. Dark clouds filled the sky in that instant, and a harsh gale sprung up. Then I gave the order to move out. I remember perfectly now. When I reported this back to Filbert, he was all smiles, happy as a clam. They even harangued me for not looting the manor. It was clear he cared about only one thing, and only one thing. Macrinus' death. Yet news of the treasure we left at Castdica quickly spread around Mont Crane, and a few lads from our hence are fixing to head over there to see what they can find. I'll join them. I'll bury the maid still lying there, in the yard. Maybe then their spirits will know peace. Maybe I'll wipe away at least some of my sins. Maybe at last I'll be able to sleep soundly. Filbert always pays his debts. Sadly, the note is actually not a note, it's just a piece of paper. You know, the guy being tortured like that and not, crying out at all, just like groaning under his breath, that's pretty badass. And from the sounds of it, he was a badass knight, but he's kind of, I guess, gotten on in years. Odd that this is still lit. journal filled with notes written in beautiful calligraphy. It boggles the minds, but that dregs-drinking Filbert von Witten has returned to the duchy. It seems he's not alone. He's got a group of fellow snoggers, and together they take into attacking travelling merchants. The son of a knight has become a brigand. What an outrage. My brother knights warn me Filbert's Hans is harassing men for information about my family. Do I have cause for fear? I have heard Filbert has reached rock bottom. Could he really sink so low as to raise a hand against someone who once spared his life? He'd always sunk that low. He saw it as a besmirch, the greatest dishonor. But that's true for a lot of, like, honor-fixated people. That's, you know, being spared is the greatest dishonor. That in a fight to the death you should die at the end. You shouldn't get to continue living. Maximus Marcinus was once a knight errant, famed for showing no mercy to any bandits prowling Champs de Lons. After a long storied career, he hung up his sword at his ancestral manor and settled in for a well-deserved retirement. No one knows what brought about the subsequent murder of his entire family, some kind of giant descendant from the mountains. Others that he ran afoul of one of the larger henses. The only undisputable fact that everyone with any sense avoids going anywhere near Castle Daca.
That's it, Roach.
I like to think I gave good delivery there on the note from the bandit. I like to think so. Probably didn't, but I like to think so. Kind of felt like I gotten into it. Sacre bleu! Or however it goes. Insert French here. Insert snobby laughter here. Combined with mustache twirling. Something wine, something cheese, something surrendering.